All right. Turn that music back on. Got the chill wave going today. Oh, where's chat? Sorrybot let me know that they're here. There we go. My phone let me know that I can use my mobile dashboard. That's exciting. Do 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 do. But you know what else is exciting? We've got a controller today. Yeah. Okay, I got ads running in like a very short amount of time here, so that we can stave off the pre-roll ads. Ain't nobody want that. Orange? Okay, orange works. Good, good. I haven't used some of these buttons in a while. Dark mode works. I gotta get the headset back in the into the Unity. Cat? Yep, cat mode works. Check. Need to make this a little bit more exciting for cat mode up here. Maybe add some slight pinstriping to the where the ears are. Dramatic zoom does not work in Unity. Okay. Just giving everything a check here. What does this one do? Ooh, I can mute the music. Possibly helpful. Okay. Does this one actually work? I don't think that actually worked. Because it should tell me. Okay. I'm going through the different plugins on my little board. Nope, doesn't look like that one worked. All right. Welcome all. All right, everything seems to be working. I'm just gonna finish setting up a couple of things here. Y'all can gaze at the lovely background behind me. Or you're stuck in ads. It's interesting that the tracking kind of it only goes so many degrees before it stalls out. It's interesting. I'm trying to find out where exactly that is. I know if I lean too far, it of course loses focus, but yes. Okay, we are going to remind people that we have whoa, where'd that go? Oh, jeez. Jump scared myself. We're going to remind people that we actually have a YouTube channel now. And we're doing stuff with it. So that's exciting. So let's go find that channel. It says your videos. Copy the video link. We have a YouTube channel now. I mean, we had a YouTube channel for the entirety of this project, even before. There we go. But we didn't really use it because we didn't have anything to upload, and then I just didn't get around to uploading to it yet. I also set up a VODs channel. I don't know if it's linked in the main YouTube channel or not, but I will be uploading VODs in the near future too. Select VODs. I started going through my old, because I saved all the streams, and I got them backed up on a hard drive here and everything. But those first 2 streams, maybe I'll do an edited version of them for the stream anniversary or something, because they are a little rough. The audio for the first, I want to say the first 2 streams, maybe more, was through my nice, I have some nice Bluetooth headset, and I thought it had a nice mic on it, but it turns out that and it worked great in tests, mind you. It worked great while testing, because you got to test out these things before you can bring them into production, as they say. So I tested up, did a little test stream and everything, just to make sure everything works right, and I sound okay. But my Bluetooth connection, after 15 minutes or so, 10-15 minutes, started getting really crackly. So apparently, some communication issue with those, probably with those, the headset and my motherboard, most likely my motherboard. Yeah, it didn't work out so well. So I had very crackly audio the first couple streams. I think shortly thereafter I switched over to an old Turtle Beach gaming headset from like a long time ago. Probably the my multiplayer days when I was playing like Diablo 3 and League of Legends and stuff. So yeah, old Turtle Beach headset. It worked, it sounded really pretty decent though. Especially when I ran it through, or only when I ran it through video broadcast to do a little treatment on the audio and take out the background hiss. The hiss especially coming from the fact that it is a gaming headset. Oh, $40-ish back in the day. Who knows what that is for inflation, right? But yeah, no, it worked out pretty good. Pretty satisfying with that. So, it looks like I'm steering here, doesn't it? But you might notice that the cursor's not flying all over the screen, and we are moving slowly and deliberately. We're using a controller today. It is funny though, because it looks like I'm steering instead of gaming. Because, well, actually my Leap Motion's doing a really good job of giving the illusion that I am gaming. I mean, it cannot see my thumbs on top of the gamepad, so I would have to like, maybe if I go like this. Nope. No, I will be satisfied with steering the car. No, that's pretty neat. It is super sensitive though, so I need to dig into the player controller here, or the right down here this time. Some of the controller settings, the input package. Let's see if I can slow that down a little bit, because that is a little much. It is smoother than the keyboard though. And then I'll add in some more of the inputs and map the key, well, not the keys, map the actions like I should be doing anyways. No, I'm not doing it that way because it is an extra step or two to map the different actions to the input system instead of directly key binding them. You know, right now I have code in here somewhere that says if, you know, key press is J, then a little block of code that says what to do. A bunch of them are just turning stuff on and off. But what I should be doing is assigning that to an event. So when an event is triggered, then it does that little turn on or off or whatever code I have hooked up to it. You know, cycle through my hats like this. This is the H key for hat. And I still haven't fixed the Votem's hat. Someday we'll fix that. I did find out a bunch of cool things. Ooh, I should write that down before I forget. On the old notepad. Some of it I might work on today too. Oh. The old notepad had a bunch of 3D printer plastic shavings on it. I was using it as a tiny cutting board for my little post-it pad. Because I printed out a little, slightly larger, mind you, rusty head. I'm holding it in my hand, so it is this big. So my head is this big, but it is this big, so we can guess the scale. 45 millimeters across. You know, spoiler alert. So it's what would that be? This is 160. It is too late at night for me to math. I am off the clock for mathing. Okay. Nice hat. So we did work on a few things. I'm sure anytime someone pops in, I will show them off because I'm loving some of these things I did. And I did not completely break my scrolly system or my input system. I'm very happy about that. I don't come in here too often, so I was just I was testing stream. Just thinking, it's like, you know, I don't come in here too often. I'm gonna check out this bridge setup that's on the asset pack. That was pretty cool. I'm gonna have to dissect this a little bit later and see. See if, I assume they're button groups because they look very like these buttons up here. They look very, very similar. These little Rubik's cubes looking things. Little button panels. I would love to make a recreation of the Nostromo from Alien. Just that bridge. It's a very classic bridge. I think that'd be pretty cool. Lots of buttons in that one, though. Welcome in, Shrill Duck. I'm playing around with a controller so I can make nice, slow... Oh, I can go... Like, it actually looks like slow-mo, so that's kind of funny. Nice slow movements. Oh, camera zooms in because it's probably hitting the ceiling up there. There we go. Ooh, look at this. Look at this underlighting here. Ooh. Looking pretty good, looking pretty good. And the vastness of space. Yeah, so I'm just playing around with this bridge that I never visit. Though it does, for some reason, it looks like I'm going at a pretty low frame rate here. No, this is a nice bridge, though. I'll have to use some of these assets elsewhere, too. Ooh, but here's where we can test out something. I have to put the controller down for this. Oh, you want a VTuber? I'm loving this VTuber gig here. Lots of custom stuff, though. And I simultaneously broke... Not simultaneously, but I broke and fixed a number of things over these last couple days. In not a lot amount of time. I broke things in record time. And I'm gonna jinx it here, but I did not crash once. I think my crashing days are far behind me. Now let's see. Got G for first person. Oops. See, now what was I just saying? What was I just... Oh, I'm in the wrong camera. Okay. So, I don't remember if you were here last time, but we have first person. We have sort of VR going on. You know what? I'm gonna make this big. Let's see. There we go. Ooh, that looks glorious. And I apologize to anyone that gets motion sick, including myself. So I'm actually holding my head pretty still because this is the camera is directly tied to my VTuber model in the game engine. So I'm looking around, as you can tell from my out of engine character here. I'm looking around and we got pseudo VR here. Now what I was experimenting with was zoom while I'm doing this. Oh, I need to put some camera smoothing on. That is jittery as heck. Why is that so jittery? Maybe maybe my head just twitches around too much. Yes, so we are zooming in and we're in focus. So we can zoom out. There is a limit to where we zoom out. Yeah, right about there. But look, we got the hands. Can we look down? Oh, there we go. We can look down at our hands. But the hands are a little out of focus now. Let's see if we can fix that. No? I have to adjust these settings. They were a bit finicky. I had to look up... There we go. I had to look up code. It's like, I know how this is done. I don't want to do the math. I'm not super great at the maths all the time, but I know how to do it. I know how to do it in other programming languages. So how do I do it here? And so it's basically what I typed in is like, how I know how to use it's called a map function. So it's where you take a set of values. So basically like one slider, and you want to make a different slider. The field of view, you mean the for the first person? It's the focus distance, actually. The field of view is fine. That's what I'm playing with right now is the field of view. Unity, I don't know if it's Unity quirk or the type of camera I'm using that's a quirk. But the focus distance is the problem. So I set it when you go way out here, a lot of it seems in focus. I have to make this. Well, as long as no one complains about the bobbing. Haha. You can tell in other areas where there's like a long corridor, like probably behind me. But the bridge is a decent point of view here. So you can tell in the corridor, like I'm looking in the distance, right? Think of it like if I had telescopic eyes. So that the stuff in the distance is in focus. Whereas now I'm closer to the camera. So that stuff's blurry because it's further away. So just like if you're focusing on something close to you versus something far away. So I had to write a function or look up a function and adapt it to make the two sets of values work decently. My OBS is being difficult. Let's get out of. All right, are we back? So my internet didn't go down, but OBS decided to disconnect. I don't get it either. But yes, so what I need to do is tweak the values, the focus distance values. So what I'm referring to is on my post-processing. Let's go find my post-processing. Post stuff. There we go. Okay. Oh, we're still live. Ha! We're still live, so I can just jump right back into it. Okay. There. Now everything is in focus. Hey. Oh, come on. There we go. They look a little blurry, but that is because I also have chromatic aberration. So now, there, it should be in focus. Angle down, adjust my cuff here. Oops, adjust my cufflinks or whatever, because I'm very fancy. I need more fingers. I have decided I finally need more fingers, because I don't know. I'm ready to add some polygons to my low poly model. But yeah, no, this is so I do need to adjust the depth of field's focus over here. Oh, this way? No. This way? There we go. This hand. This way, over here, in this stuff. I need to adjust the depth of field, focus distance. Basically, I just need to tweak it at this point, so that when I do things like zoom in and out, that the focus distance matches the distance that I want to be in focus. And also, maybe not talk with my head so much while I'm in first person mode. Ah, this is super cool. Okay, so we need to put some damping on the camera, which I think is in the camera settings. So that's cool. And move things around a little bit so we can see some more of the interface. Whoops. Bring that back in a little bit. There we go. Now we can see more of the interface. Yeah, this bridge is pretty sweet though. Like I was saying, I don't know if you were here. I think it'd be cool to recreate some bridges like the Nostromo from the first Alien movie. Love that bridge. There's a lot to it though. There are a lot of buttons and stuff in those consoles. Okay, teleport. Because for some reason M is teleport. Okay. Here's where I was doing a lot of the testing. Okay. So we got a couple of these covered up, but overall it's mostly there. Hop back into first person. So here was where I was doing a lot of the testing. So if you look right in front of me, the screen not in focus. And it gets in focus for just a little bit here. There. But the hands aren't in focus. Say, now a couple things I can do. I'm gonna bring the camera back as close as I can to the head. Actually, I might put it inside the head, because the magic of 3D, what we can do, whoops. The magic of 3D, what we can do is adjust what's called clipping, the near and far, how much the camera can see. Because it can see right through, let's see, does my hand gonna clip? There you go. Notice how part of my hand disappears? That is the near clipping of what the camera will render. Cool, huh? So, you know what? Let's do that right now. Player armature. Let's go focus on us. Ugh, I got all the gizmos right in my face here. Okay, so camera. Where is my FPS camera? Yes. And again, I apologize if anybody gets motion sickness from this. Please let me know. Okay. Okay. Oh, look at that. We do have some wiggle room. The camera is located in front of the head. Hey. This was my first person camera that I'm using as a sort of budget VR. All right, let's put that right inside there. See, notice how it makes a difference? You can see, oh, right here, you can see the back of my eye. My left eye. That's kind of cool. I could actually put it right behind the character too, but that defeats the whole purpose of the VR. So ideally, where I would put this is at the rotation. Ideally, it would be at the joint of where the head moves around. So maybe a little bit further forward because, oh, wow. Because, before I change this here, there we go. Where was I? What is that? Distracted streamer. Because that'll lead for nice smooth motions. Okay, there. I think we have that nicely fixed. It's a little odd. Okay, and here we are adjusting the clipping plane. Ooh, which if you look on the left side above, you know, on the left side of the screen, you see that the white wireframe? That is basically what the camera is seeing. There. I think that's pretty good. We could go just a smidge closer. If we really wanted to. Oh, too close, too close. There, I think that'll be safe. We won't have any props popping through there. There we go. And now we'll be able to see our hands better. Ta-da! They are, as Duck has pointed out, they are going to be a little out of focus though. Okay, we'll play with the field of view here. Yep, so we do need to adjust the focus distance yet. Let's take care of that right now. Okay, let's see. Go back to my post-processing because the whole project, yes, basically the whole project shares this post-processing right now. I'm only excluding one camera from this, and we're not using that camera yet, so. Depth of field, focus distance. Oh yeah, we are way too far away. Way too far away. Let's see if we can even get the fingers in focus. No, it's clamped. Where is it? One. Oof. I'm actually touching my monitor here. I have my hand all the way stretched out. Okay, so I don't know if we need to go quite this wide angle. That's kind of nice. But yeah, the focus distance right here, which is controlled by this script right below it. Okay, that's easy enough to map. Okay, where is... It says our focal length is 67, but I don't know if I believe it. Oh, what is this? I wonder if I accidentally changed that number at one point. Yeah, we still need to change that though. Oh, that worked much better. I think I accidentally pulled that slider at some point. Okay, and we have to be out of play mode to make this change. I don't want it crashing again. Oh! There's another fun thing I was working on, but that will wait until I'm done with this little train of thought here. You can see all the lovely code I was staring at earlier. Okay. Here we go. Let's toss this controller over here for now. Get in here. Get in here. Okay, that's clamped there. Here we go. So here's what I set up a little bit this weekend and a little bit earlier. Earlier today, I mean. I now switch between first-person camera. I'll snooze this for a second here. Between the first-person camera and my third-person camera, I now have a switcher to go between them, so that I can have different settings for each one. Because the focus distance on the third person, that's when you can see my character, third person. So you're looking at it from an outside point of view. Because that's controlled by the distance from the camera to the player or the avatar. Whereas first person is very opposite of that. Okay, target field of view, distance between. We're remapping this. I don't really want to go to... What was that? 70? So let's change the upper number, I suppose, to... maybe 50. Maybe that'll do it. It's not... It's unfortunate because field of view and focal length are sort of mashed together with the camera system here. With the Cinemachine. Okay, let's try it in this hallway. You can see the bridge is way over there. Okay, let's try this again. All right. So if you look way far over there, that's as far as we can zoom in. That's not quite far enough. I just put that clamp on there. Now let's go the other way. Nope, still can't get... Oh, I can briefly get the close stuff in focus. Oh, it might be interfering with the clipping, the camera's clipping plane. Because I adjusted that in the editor. Oh, okay. I can fix that. Okay, so the near stuff is in focus. You see how I get super close? Also, I need to adjust this again. There. So the hand is now in focus. There we go. Okay, success there. And now we're focused on something a little bit further away. The plants. The plants over there. So the hand's a little blurry. That's okay. It might be a little too sensitive for what I'm trying to do here. Okay, that's funny. I was just scratching my head. Looked like I was scratching my head in first person. Okay, so if you look in the far distance, that bridge is out of focus. Unless we zoom in and look at it. There we go. And let's go try that in the office. Okay. So, we got a Rubik's Cube down there. And now we have an out of focus Rubik's Cube. I think I have it set just a little too fussy. But for now I'll take it. There we go. All right. So we need to change that number so that's the right number. Save so we don't lose that change again. There, depth of field, good enough. Now, another fun thing I was working on. Let's see. Ooh, the controls. There we go. Okay. The control system. Here, first of all, let's zoom in on our character again. Player armature, focus, shift focus, which I did wrong the last time. Couple little things. It was mostly about finding, like usual, finding the correct tutorial. So, oh, we got an ad starting in a minute. Okay, so like I mentioned, we've got the controller. See, you can see it moving on the left side. You can see the debugging view, you know. And in the middle is the game. So what I'm doing is moving the camera around. You can see a little icon over there. It looks like a camera. Sometimes it's hidden by a gear. Well, anyways, that's the camera. And then you see the player moving around. Look at us move. It's nice that I've got a controller because the keyboard just goes, right? Whereas a controller, you can ease into it. It's actually a PS4 controller. I was trying to think, it's like, oh, what controllers do we have laying around? Do I need to go buy one? Like, no, I've got a PS4 controller. Perfectly fine. Jump. I need to map more of the buttons because I think jump is the only one I have on here. All right, so we got this. We can see me hold the controller. That's funny. That's it. I need to attach a controller prop here. But let's see. There we go. We can do that. What was I gonna do? Oh, first person. Let's find something interesting to look at. Where's those plants? Where's the... No? Oh, they're up here. There we go. Okay, so now we're looking at the plants. Switch this guy, and we can look at the plants. Oh, that's cool. You know, I would like to get a VR headset someday. Maybe I'll keep my eyes open for a used one. A used setup. I especially want it for, like, tracking for VTuber purposes. But I do get motion sick pretty easily. So I've tried VR before, and it takes about 20 minutes. That's my cap. But man, was it cool. Alright, so what we got here... Oh, can't zoom in too far, can we? So we got our hands, of course. Everything's in the far distance because we're focused on our hands. Now I am doing two things at once, so, you know, a person's eyes can't, a human eye, I should say, cannot telescopic zoom. But I do have a camera lens in my face. Yeah, I do have a camera lens on my face. So it's in character that I can zoom in. But from a game perspective, you know, gameplay perspective, is definitely helpful to highlight like what I'm looking at. Like, look, let's look at, I don't know, a dandelion. Where's that? Where is it? There it is. That daisy or dandelion, daffodil, one of those D flowers is hiding right there. Which is not in my... There we go. It's way over there. You can see my hands right here. Yeah, no, this is nice. So, you know, real eyes, I would just be, you'd be focusing on something near, far, you know, and anything in between. So that would be I don't have it up right here, but that would be the depth of field. So that'd be what is in focus, near stuff or far stuff. Right now with the scrolly wheel, that's what I'm doing right now. I have them tied together, so it functions more as a zoom, like a zoom lens, than it does an actual eye. So funny thing about actual Rusty, the robot, he actually doesn't have a telephoto lens, so he can't zoom in. So we go to the robot that's sitting next to me in the office. Let's see. Yeah, thanks, phone. I am live. In fact, I'm trying to be at least. Trying to be live. Okay, let's pop out the chat. Move you back over there. Start up some music again. Nope, I am using OBS. And a few weeks ago, when I was having all those fun issues with some of my shenanigans I was trying to do, okay, add, you can go away for a bit. When I was upgrading things because too many shenanigans were disrupting the stream, doing hard crashes. Those were on me. Those were my fault. So there was motherboard updates that messed with things, and so then it's like, okay, fine. I'll do I'll update my GPU drivers, which needed updating, and OBS because there was a new release supposedly more stable and stuff. Yeah. No, I restarted OBS, or I restarted the whole PC because I had a feeling that it was going to give me more problems. Usually, if it's a GPU thing, it affects everything in the chain of what I'm doing. From VCFace running my avatar. Last time it kicked out my hand tracking. It's just like everything. So a quick reboot. I have a pretty modern computer. I built it last year. Nice fast hard drives and stuff. So it's zoom. So I'm back already after a reboot. I love new technology. My old PC that I started this whole project on, it would have taken a good 5 minutes to boot up. And that thing wasn't a slouch for back in the day. Back in the day, 13 years ago now. Okay, we are back. Stream Manager. I will leave Stream Manager on. No, this PC is pretty nice. I built it last June? Last June, maybe? And I hadn't built a PC, well, I hadn't built a PC in 13 years, 12 years before that. So it's exciting what it can do, and I am not using it, I'm not fully using it. Even when I'm playing around in the game engine, which we should get loaded. When I'm playing around the game engine, I'm running that in developer mode, debugging mode. I'm still using a fraction of the GPU. Mostly because I'm running everything in 1080p instead of like 2K or 4K. So that definitely helps. Okay, let's see if OBS crashes while Unity loads. 64 gig of RAM. The RAM is one of the things that I did downgrade to save a little bit of money. I'm running 32 gig. It's fast RAM though, so I have not fully used my RAM either. I'm not doing photorealistic rendering though, so I know I would have greatly appreciated a better RAM and GPU if I was doing more photorealistic stuff. But I am doing this low poly thing. Okay, are we loading? Oh, still compiling whatever we're compiling. So what I'm running is wow, it's even on the other monitor. I'm running a i7 13700K, I think, the one you can unlock, or overclock, I should say. So I'm running a 13700, and luckily it seems to be one that is not having the Intel issues with the 1300 series or 13,000 series. So that's nice. And let's see, for GPU, I have an NVIDIA 4070 Ti. I just could not quite justify getting a 4080, which I would have loved for everything. I couldn't justify an extra, what was that, $300 at the time, $400 for a 30 or 4080. But that would have been nice to have the extra graphics card, RAM, and more throughput. It would have been nice. But we're getting by just fine without it. I mean, I can run Maya or Blender just fine with what I do. And for streaming, I'm not going to be rendering things on stream anyways, if I'm doing a render, so. Okay, got an ad coming up in 30 seconds. I'm going to let this one go through so people don't get hit with pre-rolls when they visit. But where were we? Luckily, I saved right before everything. But yeah, so what caused it to crash was I switched scenes in OBS while I was running the game. I don't know what the 67 the 6700 would be, or XT. I know those letters mean a difference in the AMD world. I don't know what that would be the equivalent to. I'd have to look that one up. Let's see. Okay, I think we are fully loaded now. Are we fully loaded? Fully loaded. Okay. I am going to pop up in my resource meter. Oh, you're over there now. Pop up my resource meter here just to keep an eye on it off screen here. Make sure nothing flips out. So I can keep an eye on any of those suspicious spikes. Oh, one thing, the difference between the two brands, the two big brands. I do have the 4070 Ti. Unfortunately, I don't have the new Super, which is even better. It's not much different than what I have, but who knows? There's so many little tweaks and differences. Yeah, for anything less than 4K, the 4070 Ti was bueno. It was really nice. If I was doing 4K gaming, I don't know if I'd be as happy with it, but I'm actually not doing as much gaming as I thought I would with this lovely computer. I am doing more of the I'm getting back more into the 3D modeling, the video editing, this stuff, and I'm having a blast. So, but especially since like I mentioned, maybe it didn't come through because system was crashing, but so I don't want to say cheating, but I'm in the right place for what I'm doing. You know, I've got low poly, so I'm not dealing with huge textures or anything. In fact, these are all, you should see the texture atlas for most of this company's assets. It's pretty funny. Yeah, it's pretty funny for most of this company's asset packs, how they get this look. It's all color based. And then I make it look good here with tweaking the lighting and the post-processing settings. But yeah, there's is there ray tracing? I know Unreal has more ray tracing type things. Okay, let's test this out. See how we do. Make sure we can reload again without crashing before we dive into scripts. Reloading. Yeah, it probably has to rebuild some of the... There we go. It has to rebuild some things. Ah, yes. Oh, so that is one of the things I was looking forward to was the playing with DLSS, which is the I don't know what they really consider it, but it's frame interpolation. So essentially, looking ahead to fill in the per second part of the FPS, the frames per second. Yeah, so I don't. Yeah, I can't do that in this, sadly. Otherwise, I could really crank this up. Actually I have this project locked down to 60 frames. This is locked down to 60 FPS, or it should be at least, according to my code. Why am I doing 30 right now then? I wonder if I tweak something that I shouldn't have, because I should be handling 60 right now instead of... Honestly, it looks like it's locked to 30. Or worse. Wow. Why are we... What? See, I was noticing that before. It did look kind of terrible. I'm gonna turn on the controller here. Yeah, it did look kind of terrible comparatively. And, yeah, that is because we are not in 60 FPS. We used to be. In fact, I have code that says it should be. Oh well, we will have to dig into that. Yep, we will have to dig into that. I wonder if it's splitting it between cameras. Oh. I wonder if it's splitting that between cameras. Let's find our other camera here. No. And the no post camera isn't doing anything, but I will dig into that. I'm gonna add that to my to-do list. Why 30 FPS? But yes, so before I sidetracked myself, looking at my FPS settings, I cannot use DLSS for this game environment because I'm using Unity's Universal Render Pipeline, the URP. And it's a mix between the basic pipeline, the standard. Oh, that is funny in the corner. It's actually showing the no post camera down here. That's kind of funny. Anyways, so yes, so to use DLSS right now, at least, I haven't looked into Unity 6 so much, but I should. But yes, to use the fancy, fully, fancy NVIDIA stuff, you have to be in the high def, the HD render pipeline, because then you can play with all sorts of that stuff, and you can do a lot more for realistic-ish looking games. Yeah. I don't know exactly how it compares to Unreal's fancy new stuff, but or fancy stuff y'all have had for a while too. But with what I'm doing, the URP is a good balance of allegedly speed, stability, and low poly, just fine for that. Yeah. No, NVIDIA does come out with the drivers and decent. There we go. with their drivers in decent release time. What I would like, or what I tend to do though, is I tend to stick with the stable releases of drivers. So I am a couple versions back. Still pretty up to date though. Just, you know. But why are we getting cruddy FPS? That's kind of sad. Okay, we do have a working controller though, so I am happy about that. Okay. Let's test out those, oh, something else. There we go. I think I was going to show this off before I crashed. Okay. We're in the right character. Let's go to first person. Okay. It's there. So we've got stuff in nicely in focus. How about our hands? I'm going to zoom back a little bit. Zoom back a little bit more. Hands, oh, too focus. Oh, that is a narrow depth of field. You know, I should almost, you know what I should do? I should almost put the, turn off post-processing for the hands when I'm doing this, so that they are in focus. That would probably be, a good idea. But I do love the effect that it gives. And there we go, we can zoom in on Mr. Head Najar over there. Look around. Oh, this is nice. Oh, and it does work. Fingers crossed we don't crash again. Oh, is it too bright in here? Yeah, it might be too bright in here. Let's turn off the lights. I don't know if we just killed the lights or not. We might have to click on there. Then, there we go. Now we can make this a horror game. We got the head in the jar. That's not a very bright flashlight, is it? Let's see if we can point out the ground. No, that flashlight just is not very bright. But it's there. We're using our finger flashlight here. It does work better in the office when I turn the office lights off. Okay, let's turn some lights back on. There we go. Oh, so yes. I got sidetracked again. So we can have two different control schemes, because it was nauseating. It was nauseating before having when I wanted to back up in first person. It wouldn't back up. It would turn the camera around, because that's how it is in the third person controller. So there we go. Okay. So here we are in the third person, right? Pretend I'm walking. Nice. Let's see. I'm going to the right, going to the left, forward, background. Notice how I turn around, forward to backwards, because it's a third person camera. So if we switch to our first person, we don't want to whip around like this. That would be super nauseating. I would just want to back up, like we're actually playing an FPS, right? So I did that. Forward, backward. How's turning work? Oh, turning's actually disabled. But we can go towards where the camera is pointing. There we go. It needs a little work. I thought I had strafing working. I do have strafing working, just not with the it's not with the controller that I'm holding right here. There you go. So we can strafe, we can move forward, we can move backwards. Excellent. I got that working. Whoa. Hi there. That was a perfectly tuned camera movement. Or sound. It was like... Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm not super concerned with the... I'm catching up on chat. I didn't really want to glance over at chat a lot while I was in first person because I think I'd make myself motion sickness. In first person at least. There we go. Hello. Yeah, I know. I'm not super worried or interested in the hardware wars, for AMD versus Nvidia and all that. I'm not going to be upgrading anytime soon, or side grading or whatever. I do want to hook up 2 PCs to do streaming, so we can avoid all that fun stuff we were just experiencing earlier this stream. But for that, I would probably use one of my older computers to be the sender. So it'll just take the feed from here and it'll be running its own OBS. I'll have to look up to see how people fragment their setups. Because I imagine you can do it all sorts of different ways. You could probably have the sending computer or the encoding computer literally just encoding and sending it so that the stream is running even if the main computer crashes. Or I could probably have my VTuber over there in the music over there. Yeah, so it'd be just interesting seeing how I would want to fragment that. Oh man, I'll actually need to get a Stream Deck or something. Because right now I have an app on my phone called Touch Portal, or an old phone called Touch Portal. But I think the license for that is only to hook up to one device. So I don't really want to do a whole bunch of shenanigans. Oh, there's my lights. A whole bunch of shenanigans to get some of these things to work. Maybe I'll use the old external numpad number keypad as a hotkeys. I do have that set up for Rusty's computer. Okay, what was next on the to-do list over here? Let's see. Equipment slots. Oh, that is one of the fun things. I do want to set it out right here so I can demo this right away to people. Get out of play mode for one thing. Put that over here. Go back to the scene. Actually, play in the scene manager for a bit. We've had these crates here forever. It was one of the first experiments of just bringing props in from an asset pack. Ah, the good old days. This guy was actually here the whole time, along with the tentacles on the other side. See the tentacles in the... But yes. Ah, yeah. Video blames the game devs. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, it is interesting. I don't know enough about game studios and pipelines, customizations, that kind of stuff to know what all goes into like a custom drivers, custom launch kind of thing, because looking at it from this narrow point of view, I'm not working with a team or anything. Yeah, I'll have to ask some folks what all goes into customizing a render pipeline. I mean, obviously you would write some shaders and some other stuff, but yeah, you gotta kind of wonder how much tweaking under the hood you need to do that NVIDIA would not, or I should say any graphics drivers would not work nicely without custom stuff. Yeah. I don't know. The games take a long time to develop too. So there's a lot that changes over the time. Everybody needs to talk to each other. Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to set up some fun colliders. Cooking options. What? Oh, neat. Oh, that is neat. I didn't realize you could do that. Let's see. Material, mesh. What we are looking for is rigid body. Because we're going to add some fun stuff here. Give it a little interpolation, blah, 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 blah. Let's give these some rigid body. Same thing. Put a little interpolation on there. I want to be able to run around and mess stuff up. Oh, it's a shame they don't have the plants separate from the box. The flower pot. Because then you could have like the plants swaying in the breeze. Though they probably do have them separate somewhere. I mean, judging by the big botany area. The greenhouse, if you will. Okay, do I need to put these all on separately? Let's go find our... There we go. Object grabbable. Are you grabbable? And you're grabbable. Excellent. Make you grabbable. Yes. Grabbable. So let's go show that off. Okay. In fact, we can do that in this mode. So for one thing, I added rigid body physics, which means I can push them around. Look at that, look at that. Look at that, I just tumbled them over. You know what else it means? Let's see, come on. We can pick stuff up now. So in third person, it's tied to the camera. Yeah, it's tied to the camera, so it kind of hovers around the character. I could change that, so that it doesn't, so it's not tied to the camera, but a point for the character. Now, first person is a little... Come on. Oh, wrong screen. There we go. There we go. So first person's a little different. It is. Oh, geez. That is way too close. I do need to change this a little bit. It is, it goes to my hand. That is blurry. Okay, maybe I do need to change the focus distance. Maybe the focus distance should be set to whatever I'm actually looking at, or I have the ability to set it to where I'm looking at. So for instance, how I pick up an item. Ugh, come on. Let me find an item. Move this way a little bit. There we go. Okay. So that zoomed right to my hand. I guess it's in focus. It's kind of hard to tell with a huge, an overly large item. Can I take it with me? I bet I can take it with me. I can take it with me. That is hilarious. Let's just chuck that off. Where'd it go? Can you? Nope. Can't look down far enough. Okay, can't look down far enough. Oh well. It's probably down there somewhere. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's try to get that game controller. Can we get that game controller from here? And... No? See, the trick is it has to be in the center of the screen. It has to be close enough. Well, that's being fussy now. Do I not have it on that, the script on that controller? I could swear I did. I could swear that I did. There it is, you fussy thing. Okay. Yeah, let's kick some stuff out of the way. Give ourselves a little bit more room, a little bit more room. Okay, now FPS mode. Oh no. I picked it up in one mode and it didn't transfer to the other mode. That's sad. So it's floating here somewhere. Where is it floating? On the ground. Gotta add that to the to-do list so it transfers between view modes. Yeah, where are you? Where are you? Hello up there. Oh well, we will add that in. For now, knock over some chairs. So not everything has physics, but because I added it to some things, I'm going to sort things out a little bit differently, so that a category of items can just be, oh, you are all, rigid bodies in this case. You are all affected by physics, as in physics being you fall, and you fall. Gravity has an effect. And you hit something. In this case, the floor, like that chair. But also, so I can knock things around, like off the desk. What I got here? You got anything with physics here? It's something with physics here. So I was testing it out. No? Oh, maybe I'm just too high. I'm doing bad at demonstrations, aren't I? Oh, the phone. I can punt it. It must just be slightly wrong positioning. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit. Let's pick up the trophy. I know the trophy's there. Where are you? There you go. Trophy is stuck to my hand. I don't know why it's still rotating. I think I turned gravity off, but I didn't turn physics off. No, we're out of focus. We're out of focus. There we go. There we go. Now we're in focus. So what this means is I could put a coffee mug on my desk, and then when I go to take a drink of water, I could actually drink from the coffee mug. However, it wouldn't be too good if the coffee mug's rolling all over. There we go. Look at it, rolling all over my hands like this is. That is interesting. I bet if I move it real fast, it'll spin pretty fast. No? Physics is interesting. Part of it is the settings on it and how I have it moving, easing itself between positions so it doesn't just glitch out. I think it's currently attached to my finger, not my whole hand. Yep, it is attached to the finger. So yeah, we're experimenting with things. Yeah, no, part of the problem is definitely the focus distance here. And field of view. Oh, so that's funny. It is stuck in my hand. Go away. Bam. Okay. So things to fix now. Well, we lost ourselves, but things to fix now. Equipment slots. So like how to juggle things between hands, for instance. That would probably be an easy one to do. Wow, yeah, my game barely uses any GPU. Okay, so here we go. Down here, you can see this little There's a little line right here. All sorts of little lines. Right now it's at about 15 to 25%. And that's encoding OBS, to you guys, and also running my VTuber. So VCFace does use probably about 15 to 20% of that. My CPU is down to 10 when I'm not running the editor. That is fantastic. When I am playing the game, let's see what it does. Especially if I have all the lights on. Okay. Lock the camera here so I'm not spinning all over the place. 70%. Now that'll ease down just a little bit. Yes, right now I have a lot of very expensive lighting, and that is actually handled by the CPU because there's too many objects around. But yeah, if you look, we're only using like 6% more of the GPU. So once I get the lighting configured properly, all that CPU should be handled by the GPU. That'd be very nice. So if we turn off the expensive lights, oops, we have to be in the game to do that. There we go. You can tell I just turned off a whole bunch of lighting. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I doused most of the lighting. And we're down to 30% CPU. Whew. So I would say using 40% of a 13700K i7 processor. Oof. That is some inefficient lighting, let me tell you. All right, now let's teleport out here and get a little bit of that graphics back. There, so we have some lights out here, but not too bad. I think this the office area has 5 lights maybe. Plus I might be catching some strays from the scene out the window. But no. Yeah, we're running this in 1080p, or it's considering itself to be 1080p. And that is all we're using for horsepower. So it's not bad. Not bad. It'll be even better once I properly implement scene loading and unloading. Okay, but. Okay, so we have some things to tweak for the equipment system. And that's actually what I'm using the grabbing. So let us go, and we have to reload our scripts because they disappeared. Oh, and sorry, ad break. Suddenly ad breaks. So let's get out of here so don't crash things. You know what else we should do before all that? Oh, here we go. Here's our pick up and drop script. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see most of it behind Winamp there. Probably hide some of that. There we go. So this isn't the script, but this is what is available to the editor. Let's see. So this is my picking up and drop script, which I believe I got from CodeMonkey on YouTube. Maybe. I'm not sure if this one was a CodeMonkey. Yes. The grab and drop scripting was from CodeMonkey. Fantastic tutorial. Ah, yes. Sherlock pointed out that I do have my CPU locked. I do. I have it locked to probably what it's at right now. It seems to be running at full speed, full gigahertz. Not maxed out, of course, but full gigahertz. I have it underclocked because it's nice and quiet that way. So not only when I'm doing the streaming stuff, it's nice and quiet, but also like when it's just running during the day, because I run this computer all the time. Not hard during the day. During the day, it's running Winamp, like it is right now. It's running Winamp or other streams that I'm lurking in while I'm working on my work computer, which this is not. But yep, so I have it slightly underclocked. I think it might be undervolted too. So it's not drawing much for power either. Let's see. I think the GPU, I left it at stock settings. I don't think I tweaked that too much. The memory though, the memory is running like in performance settings more or less. Terminology for it, but I did tweak the CPU and the memory, because this is some very nice high-speed memory, which is why I only have 32 gig and not 64, because 64 gig would have added on like another 120, 150 bucks, something like that. I don't think it'll affect OBS at all, changing the settings, because it does not. I mean, right now I'm using 11%, and my encoding is through. I'm using NVENC, so I'm using the GPU for encoding. So some things in OBS are affecting the being drawn on by the CPU, but I'm not running like a lot of fancy filters or anything, or crazy sources. It's pretty basic when it's in this mode. That, and I do want to keep it kind of in the safe zone, because I'm already, as we have crashed earlier twice with tonight's streaming, we're already in a little bit of fussy territory. So sadly, the built-in motherboard GPU can't. Well, like I could use it for encoding, but the draw on my 4070 is so low that I don't care. If I was trying to do 4K streaming, it'd be a different story. It would be or 4K streaming or game dev, just in general, it would be a very different story. I would be using two PCs for sure, or pushing through the integrated graphics for encoding, and encoding in like H.264 instead of NVENC. One of the nice things about using NVENC, which is the codec, the encoding codec, is that it uses a lot less bandwidth. This one can also do AV1, but Twitch can't. So it uses a lot less bandwidth, which is good because I am on rural American internet and I don't have a lot of bandwidth to spare at the moment. Which is why we're in 720p instead of 1080p. That will be changing in the near future, though. We are changing our internet contract soon, so that'll be nice. Okay. Object grab hand transform. I'm going to add it so I can swap hands for items. So let's add in another transform here. Now, I shouldn't have that on this skeleton. Let's see if it works on the actual skeleton. This is something I was curious about. Left, right. Let's see. We got our finger. Let's do left. Let's see what we got here. I want to see if this does anything. And because the way that the avatar system works, let's just see what happens. L hand, and this will be our attachment point. So go back to this script here. And let's see what happens. Yeah, I know you crashed too. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Visual Studio. You'll be fine. Okay, that is the player pickup drop. Look it. Look it, you can steal my code. Enjoy the free code. Okay, let's see. Currently carrying something. Yeah, this is not too modified from Code Monkey's code. Let's see, what do we got? R. We're not using R yet. So for now, we're gonna just put that right in here. Input get key down. I should be using get key up, but that's okay. Key code dot R. We're not using R anywhere. Oh, and I finally changed Visual Studio settings to not add extra lines in when I do curly bracket type stuff. That was so annoying. Okay, grab hand transform. We're gonna be doing this so we can swap hands. And we're gonna do this the easy way for now. Okay. Okay, we need grab hand transform. So we're gonna make another one. We're gonna call this one R and this one L. In fact, that's annoying. That's too much. That's too much code. I will rename that in the near future. So we're gonna default to the right hand because, hey, I'm right-handed too. Interesting thing though, one of my kids is not. So it's not necessarily hereditary. They just decided to be a lefty. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so we got grab hand transform versus grab point transform. So when I'm in first person, it goes to the right hand. When I'm in third person, it goes to a point in front of the character. And I should have that be a little bit further away. But we can fix that later. Because when I pick up those big items, they're like, they're annoying. So what we're gonna do here is, let's see, object transform dot object grand head transform. Would I just use the grabbable again? Wait, hold on. I gotta think about this for a second. Let's comment this. Swap held items. Okay, so when they press the R key, this hand's gonna go here, this hand's gonna go here. So let's make no, they don't let you make private things and things. That's annoying. Wait, how do I want to swap a held item? So I've got the transforms for the left hand, right hand. I could have it grab into the other hand. So maybe that's what I want to do. But I need a temporary item, I think. I mean, the smart thing to do would be to look up tutorials for this kind of stuff, but it's kind of more fun to do it on your own, right? Right? So I'm not going to drop the item, but I am going to transfer the item. Well, that's a good question, is if I can pick up more than one item with the way that this code is written. Because if I can't pick up more than one item, you know what? Let's, we haven't done anything yet. I properly renamed that, so that's nice. So let's set that up. Let it do its thing. There we go. We will drop in the L hand. Because we're going to have to test that anyways. L hand and R hand. No R hand? I think I need to hand R. Ugh. Inconsistent. Oops, and we lost our script. There we go. Hand R is over there. Good thing we're just in testing mode. Okay. Where's that R hander? There we go. Okay, let's see if we can pick up more than one object. Oh, yeah, that is interesting if you're more crash prone by underutilizing your CPU. And it could very well depend on the make and model of the CPU too. Let's see. Let's go over here and pick up one item. There we go. See it? Lovely. Can we? No, we can't pick up more than one item. Yep, we can't pick up more than one item because if we press the E key again, it drops the item. So I'd have to make a different key for, look at that. I'd have to make a different key for dropping. You know, picking up and dropping would have to be two separate keys. Look at that though, we stacked it. How cool is that? Yeah, let's set that right there. And set that right there. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Isn't that so nice? Make sure I kick it over. But now we can bring our friend with us. See, we can bring our friend with us. Oh, we can't get him in view though because he is controlled by the camera. He's just hiding behind us. Just hiding behind us. I think what I will do is instead of having the grab point for this camera be controlled by the camera, I think I will have it in front of the character. That's annoying when you're zoomed in though. So if you're zoomed in, okay. So what we were thinking before. Okay, so now we're in first person mode. That is a crazy side effect. Okay, so I'm using the controller. As this thought just occurred to me. We are not in focus at all. I'm sorry. I think I'm going to disable depth of field for now. So a funny thing. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, there it is. Ta-da! So the floating head. Who has a bald patch right there, by the way? So I don't have him in my hand. But remember when I said he was, when I pick up an object, it is attached to the camera? that camera is still technically around. And I can swing it around with the controller. I think I can use the mouse too. Yep. Oh, there we go. That's actually much easier. So yeah, the camera is still being controlled. We're just not seeing the camera because the first person camera is active. So that is neat. That is interesting. Maybe I will leave it attached to the camera. That's kind of an interesting side effect. Ooh, but this should be fun. I'm gonna set the controller down. No, I should be able to bat this around too, because of physics. No, you're not gonna let me bat it around. Come on, come here. It's too far away. It is just slightly out of reach. Oh, or is it? No, it passed right through my hand there. I mean, it should be spinning extra or something. Ah, well. He says. So when I press E, it's taking the object I'm holding and dropping it. Okay, so I can't move them. What I do want to test is being able to move it to the other points. Let's see. Oh, and we're out of music. Okay, so we've got hand R and L hand. Let's rename this one right away. Handle. Do I have a handle somewhere else? I swear I had a handle somewhere else. Oops. So first of all, we're going to test and see if we can use this handle, if it exists. Player armature. Oh, we renamed it here. That's nice. That's nice of it. Back to the script. I think on Wednesday's stream, since we're coming into the home stretch here. I think on Wednesday's stream we're going to do less technical stuff and more building. Might finally sketch out more of my my designs for the level and get those rolling. Be a nice building stuff stream instead of a technical stream. Although if I don't schedule my playtime here, I don't get to actually use it. Okay, we're going to test moving things from hand to hand. And we can only pick up one object right now anyways. So I think, where are we? There we go. We can only do one object right now anyways. So let's just swap it between hands. Okay, if you are equal to null, then you're not carrying anything. So it knows when it's carrying something. Grabbable. So you're asking the item itself if it's okay, so the object grabbable. You're asking the object grabbable if it's being held. If it's not being held. So if it's being held, grab something. Yeah, so there's always going to be something in here. Oops. So we don't want this. We want the opposite of this. Okay. So we're gonna switch between left and right hand, I think, just for funsies. Grab hand transform R. That's a terrible name. Let's just do R and L. There. Because this way I'll be able to see it in the editor over here. Otherwise I won't be able to see it. Okay. Okay. So if you're not null, oops, no. I forget, C is funky. No, that's the right one. Okay. If you're not equal to null, then we're going to do something. And that something is going to be object grand point transform. Object grand head R. See, it doesn't say which hand it's in already, though. Which is annoying. But we're going to see if we can just switch that object to the other object. For now, we're going to make a private, just make it a bool. Let's call it right hand. Grab hand R. Right hand is true. And here, because we're going to drop something, do we need right hand false? I don't think we need right hand false. Here, though, you can call right hand false, or tell right hand to be false. Oh, duh. Here we go. So if right hand is true, move it to the left hand, and set right hand false. There we go. That's the way to do that. Copy that, and swap it to the hands. Swap hands, set true. Set true. Okay, now let's see if this grab head code does what I think it does. We might have to rename our... Yes, we do have to rename it. But see, now we can actually read what it says. It's not too darn long. Okay, so handle. This could fail just for the sheer fact that we can't reach this. But we'll give it a shot anyways. Let's save everything. Okay, we are in this mode, and let's go pick up some heavy items. Not so heavy items. Can we see our hands? Yes, we can see our hands. Okay. So, he's currently in our right hand. Now let's see if we can swap. He's in a different spot. Oh. I have a theory. Okay, so he's hiding over there. But there is still attached to us, so I think... Okay, that we're zoomed a little far up. And he's bouncing around a lot, so I'm not sure exactly where that skeleton is. It is not quite where I thought it would be. Whoa, look at him go. Look at him go. Oh, physics at its finest. Let's see what happens when you drop him. And drop. Woo! Sorry there, Head. Sorry there, Mr. Head and Jar. Sorry. We'll nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Carry on? Yes. Carry on. Yes. Oh, we know it works though. We know it works. We just need to. So we can swap hands. We can, or more importantly than just swapping hands, we can swap where the grabbable object is held without setting it down. Using the little script that you can see part of on the other side there. Yes. Excellent. Oh, Saribot caught somebody. Sorry there, person who didn't show up in general chat. If you weren't a spam bot, my apologies. If you were a spam bot, then good job, Saribot. Wink. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we know we can swap held objects. I should really put a smaller object out here so it actually looks a little more effective. But yes. No, this is all very exciting. What is that? Is that a data card of some sort? Looks like a funky disc. Ooh, that's a funky key card. I never noticed that before. Maybe I put it there? Maybe I didn't. Let's go take a peek at it. And then we'll fix our script. No, it's just laying there. I probably left it there. Let's see. Let's add a rigid body just for fun. Interpolate. Oh, okay. And let's make it grabbable with the grabbable script. That's it. That was pretty easy. This guy, are you? No, you're interpolate mode too. So while we are here, while we're here, we're gonna move this on top of some things. There. Nope. Oh, it's upside down. There, now I will be able to interact with it a little bit. There. Okay, even better. It'll probably roll onto the floor at this point, but at least we'll be able to interact with it a little bit. Let's see. Okay, so that the script. Let's go fix the script. Oh, actually, the script works just fine. So if we're holding something, do this. If an object's in the right hand, put it in the left hand, and update which hand, the hand boolean, because we only have two hands at the moment. If it's the other hand, then do the opposite. So that works perfect. What we need to do is move this hand L to our left hand. Simple enough, right? So the sad part is we can't hold it while we're in controller mode. We can only hold it when we're in VTuber mode, which is why I was hopeful about this this skeleton that's just sitting there. Oh well. So let's go find our left arm. I already have a left handle. It's for testing purposes. All right. Let's see what it looks like. Here's hand L. Hand left object. There's a collider on it. Oh, that is interesting. I do not have a collider on this object. I wonder if I can bat things out of the way with my left hand. And I had an exhaust trail on there for fun. Okay. So we're gonna just get rid of this one then. There, you are now handle. Oops, no, you are handle. Which is kind of funny, because it's a handle. Let's leave the box collider on for now too. Okay. Let's see. Now we have to go find our grabbing script, which is on the armature. Losing my voice already. All right. And put the new handle on there. And that should be good to go. Let's see. No, I was going to disable the depth of field on the first person camera so our hands would be in focus, but I think we'll leave that alone for now. What I think I never fixed. Oh no, I never fixed this. Let us find our FPS camera. We do need to fix this part though. Okay, FPS camera, where are you? Let's keep you in focus. We did not properly adjust the settings, I don't think. Okay, let's get out of some of this chaos. No, we did not save our settings. That's part of the reason why that is part of the reason why our hands are not in focus. We solved part of the equation, not the whole thing. Okay. Because I had put that, excuse me again, I put this back in my head. Put it back in my head and I never copied the settings over. All right. So where are we? Oh, Z0. That makes sense. That actually makes sense. So we are at the Z position. And I apologize if anyone's getting motion sick with that. There we go. Ta-da! Oh, welcome in again. Or, not again. It says first time chatter, but I swear I've seen you around somewhere before. And could you give me a hint on how to pronounce your handle? Okay, let's see, where are we? Clipping. We have to adjust the clipping. Because we are seeing some of the inside of our head. Let's see. Oh, no, now we can't see our hands. There's the hands. Vlinchiki. V like vroom. I like that. Okay, see, how close can we get with our... How close can we get before it go? That is really close. Except I'm getting a shadow of... There we go. I think that's what we had it at before too. Okay, so we need to remember these settings. Near clipping plane, but also let's copy these properties. There we go. This is basically VR, like budget VTuber VR. Let's there you can see it. See what we're doing right here. We got our motion capture data, or yeah, motion capture coming through, and yeah, VTuber hands. Oh, wait, no, this screen, there, and we can control the point of view, or the field of view, and the focus, but I still need to tweak the settings on the focus. It's hard to lock it in when it's so close. There we go. Now I have 2 hands. And the background's blurred. Whereas we can, because we're a robot and we have a zoom lens, we can just zoom right in, right? What's in the distance? Plants. We got plants in the distance. We had a head in a jar here somewhere, but I've been playing with the physics, so he might not be here anymore. I had to pick up a controller here. Oh, there he is. The head in the jar is still here. So we have a PlayStation controller in our hand right now. So like, look, I can game while I game here. And I fixed up the controls, so now I have first-person controls when I'm in first-person mode, and then third-person controls when I'm in third-person mode. All right, and we gotta test this out. Okay, let's see. Near clipping plane, and we got the transforms. Okay, good. Let's grab this guy. Come on. Gotta get a little bit closer to him, I think. Come on. Get in my field of view. There we go. Which hand are you in? Okay, you're in the right hand. Zoom out a little bit here, and then we're gonna get a little blurry. You're in that hand. We swapped hands. Okay, the hand swap code does work now. Oh, and now he's stuck to my hand. There we go. All right. Where are you? There you are. And boom, let physics do its job. Okay, let's get out of this mode so I can stop cranking my neck around. There we go. That's the bad part about it not being actual VR, is that I'm kind of limited by what my VTuber tracking can see. Oh, now I gotta catch up on chat here. There we go. Hello. Yeah, I am not familiar with what Unreal, how well it handles certain things. I do want to dip my toes into Unreal at some point, especially with some of the nice rendering stuff. But no, but for now I'm just gonna play around here. We have some physics hooked up now. I can grab things. I can grab things in third person. There, much easier. See, in third person, it's the grabbing item is it's attached to the camera. Wait a second. Oh, look at that. We can juggle. Because I didn't specify. Ooh, it's all over the place now. I didn't specify where it was coming from, just that it was being held. So it's toggling between the left hand and the right hand. It's hard to tell in a large item this size. There we go. But I can't toggle it back to the camera's toggle point. So that's kind of interesting. Interesting side effect. Oh, this is exciting. Okay, this is exciting. We definitely need to save that. So the hand swapping code works. It was very, very intensive code. It is, if items in one hand, move it to the other hand point. Very difficult code. But what we do need to do is paste these values. There we go. That we captured while we were in play mode, and change this setting to 0.16. There. And now those things will remain in focus. Or at least they should. Okay, but we are past 10 o'clock my time, so I'm going to wrap up the stream. Oh, you know, once we got past those first 2 crashes tonight, which was fun and interesting, very exciting. Once we got past those, it was not too bad. You know, this is interesting that the FPS cam starts. I should set the FPS cam to be disabled on start. Otherwise, I'm just staring down this hallway whenever I'm, you know, not running anything. So maybe we'll do that. We'll stare at my butt instead. There we go. All right. Zoom around a bit here. All right, but we are going to be back on Wednesday. I think for Wednesday's stream we might do level building instead of technical stuff. Technical stuff is fun. I'll probably bounce around a bit, but I think going to focus a little bit more on level building and finally build out my level. So it's not just the office setting. And if it's your first time chat, I don't know if you've lurked before, but let's go back to blue mode. I get my shortcut keys sometimes. We have the office. Not the office, but we have an office. We can actually pick up some of these items now, or, you know, kind of kick them over. So I put physics on some of the objects, not all of them. So we can interact with the environment a little bit. But this is the test area, the test environment. If I can zoom out far enough, you can see I just plop this office down next to the space station we were just in. Oh, and of course, as always, Giant Rusty in the sky watches over us as he T-poses in the sky. There we go. Now we can sort of match. But we are going to end stream on this fun note. And we will see you on Wednesday. Yeah, that sky is pretty. I really like the... Okay, that is also funny. So on the left side in the editor over here, we still have the first-person camera selected. So it's still moving around even though it's not active. That's kind of amusing. It's kind of amusing that it's still moving around. You can still see the gimbal for the first-person camera. There we go. That is attached inside my head. All right, let's see. We might just hop out tonight. I don't have much time now to chit-chat with anybody I might raid, but encourage y'all to hit the tags or something on the bottom of the stream if you want to go find more fun programming people. But yeah, we will see. We hope to see you all on Wednesday. And we'll play with some building blocks and stuff. So, catch y'all next time.